Welcome in once again, guys. We're here to feed that Yu-Gi-Oh cardboard addiction, guys. You guys already know we're starting hot, fresh off the press with the Sinister Six. Jay, what the hell is that? We're going to get into that in just a moment. We're doing the Sinister Six challenge here, cart challenge, if you want to call it here, with the TINS. And again, with future product releases, I mean, it's harder when you have like a rarity collection and there's just so many cards that everyone wants. But in the TINS, essentially, these are the 6 chase cards. Yeah, there's other great reprints. We're going to talk about all of them with these million tabs that we have up here today. But again, these are the 6 cards that most people want. By the way, the Sinister Six, look at that right there. Sinister Six is a rotating team of Spider-Man's most powerful villains. I'm not into comics and into all that. I'm about phrases, names, things of that nature, nicknames and things like that. So again, these 6 cards, we're going to call them the Sinister Six just for the funs and games. And again, I understand everyone's cart is different. Not everyone needs playsets of all these cards. Maybe people already have Perulias and they don't want the new versions. Maybe people don't need 3 Little Knights, they just want the 1 Starlight. And then we come, down here in perms, maybe people are happy with their PURs, PCRs, Autumn Ps and Autumn Rs, QCSRs, the OGOTs, you name it. We understand. Not everyone needs playsets of every card here, but we're doing it for averages purposes. What does that mean, Jay? Again, just to have an equal number of the same amount of cards, just to analyze the card. And again, oh my gosh, Perulia's $45 and Fawallos is up $5 and Purges, man, look, they're 33s and the Impulses were 23s and now they're 31s. Yes, but again, Little Knights, they were 30s in the 20s and now they're 15s. Imperms were like 35s, then 30s, and now they're 20s. So again, as certain cards go up, other cards go down, and I understand. I get it. Perulia is more of a chase card in Purge and Impulse than like Fawallos, Imperms, and Little Knights. So again, we understand that there's cards that have more demand than others, even in these Sinister Six options right here. We understand. We're not saying they're all the same equal level of chaseability and demand and need. We get it. But again, averages. We want to take the average demand, the average need, the average price of the combination of the 6 best cards in the TINS. Excuse me, guys. Yeah. But that's not the best card. And for me is, this random card right here, because I'm a boomer like Jay, is Chaos Sorcerer. Or, for me is Paleozoic Opabenia, man, because I love Paleos. We get it, guys. We're keeping things in general, guys. So again, Jay, show us the evidence. Look, last Friday, we had this cart right here. It was 482 bones. Wait, right under me right there. Again, these same cards, play sets of each card, $482, day one prices. So you come back today. You gave it the weekend. You waited. And some of these are V-shaped recovering, as we're going to discuss later on in the market watch. And patience usually wins this game. Of course, it's still early. It's just the first day of the first week of the product being out. And of course, you're going to have the V-shaped recoveries that we're going to talk about here in a bit. But other cards, most cards are crashing down. It's hard to see. It's hard to see when the best chase cards are V-shaped recovering, the cards that everyone wants, and everyone's like, you see Perulias with 35s, and overnight they're 45s. You see V-shaped recovery, now I need to pay $10 extra, and I thought this card was going to be cheap, and this and that and the third. Yes, but when it comes to the averages for these 6 cards, you can see here that we had 482 right here, and the current cart here, can you guys see that? Man, right there. The current cart is 492. So again, usually sell pressure, we say, is going to bring, these prices down. But honestly, with the crazy V-shaped recoveries going on and just the demand coming in for the scarce prismatic secret rares, a $10 bump is nothing too crazy. You know what I mean? It's not like it's 550, 600, etc. So when, it's pretty similar, at least until now. And we're going to cover the TINS later on this week. Probably midweek, like not tomorrow's episode, but the one after that. And then probably at the end of the week. When the product like the TINS come out, we're going to review them at least 2 to 3 times a week. And we're going to show an update of each, of the cart. I need to name this picture day one tin prices. And then I don't know if we should put like a date on it. There has to be a way that we can track this. But yeah, I think I'm going to put the date. But for now is 492 play sets of everything, of the 6 best cards in the TINS. I'm right here right now. So even though with all the craziness, if you come in today to get playsets of every single card that we discuss in day one, you're still around the same, $10 difference. So again, we're going to continue monitoring this, not just this week, but then week 2. And, eventually the first week, we're going to do it 3 times, but then it'll probably be once a week, you know, from here on out for the first month, just to track this, to have understanding of how the markets work, of tracking. Was it better to be patient? Was it better to get it day one? Was it better to get it week 1 or week 2 or week 3? This is key information that we can learn for the future, for next year's TINS or other reprint products. So yeah, right now, nothing too crazy, just a $10 difference. But yes, I'm gonna take a picture here real quick because we want to monitor and follow this cart challenge. Because again, everyone can relate to this same situation. Everyone is going to be buying. Yeah, maybe if you're in Europe, card market around the world, if you live in Mexico, then it's different for you. So we're going to do a Sinister Six right here. Sinister Six. Let me see. Let's see. TCG player cart challenge. And today is 09 here. I'm just doing it with you boys. 0908 25. Boom, right there. We're gonna do the same thing, you know. So probably, hey man, need to take these out. We'll just do that right there. So we're gonna track this for you guys again. Every time we talk about the TINS, at least once a week, we're gonna come back for the same deal, the same Sinister Six copies right here, right now. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to track this here, boys, because honestly, let's be real, most people use TCG player. Most of you guys, you're living through this experience, and this is the value. And maybe in the future we create like a separate video, you know, when every release of a product, you know, it might be a new idea, you know, the TCG player cart challenge, you know what I mean? So let me know, what do you guys think? For now, we'll just stick to the TINS and we'll do it sporadically, and maybe it develops into a thing, because it's highly valuable information. We're 6.5 minutes, 7 minutes in. Is highly valuable to track the chase cards in the set that everyone wants as a whole, just to give us an idea. Everyone's card is going to be different, but this is the best way to represent the value of the most chase cards in this sense. You know, maybe do one of each in the future, but play sets, most people want play sets of all these cards. So let me know what you guys think. And then moving into the TINS, today we're going to talk only about Starlight rares and Prismatic secret rares, because there's, like, you know, also a couple ultras here and there, but today we're going to leave it at that. So we're going to start here with the Sinister Six, and then move on to Starlights only, and then eventually the Prismatic secret rares. So we're gonna give you guys fresh off the press updates on the TINS here. Week 1, it's Monday after the weekend, a rush, people rushing in, you know, they're back to work, they're like, oh man, I got paid this Friday, now let me focus in, you know, on you know, what cards I want and things of that sort. But most of these cards are crashing down into oblivion. It is what it is. 90 to 95% of the cards. You imagine, you know, that would be a fun dedicated video. You know, I take like all Starlights, all Prismatic secrets, not all ultras, too many of those, and play sets of each, and like track that card. You imagine? Yo, that'll be fun, man. Watch, I'm gonna come up with some type of alternate video, you know, every time we release a product, and like track those things. You know, that sounds like fun, but we'll see down the line. But again, a lot of value in the TINS. Don't listen to the noise. Oh my God, pull rates are terrible, and look, the high end is V-shaped recovering, and you know, this and that. You come for singles. You come for singles, you know, and you take advantage of, you know, the TINS. And this just came out, man. It just came out. It's fresh, and we're here to cover all of these cards. So let's talk, you know, let's start with the talk of the town. As everyone is talking about this V-shaped recovery. If you go to the 1 month, we have Mo Charmy Perulia here. The Prismatic secret rare was 35s, and literally V-shaped recovered. It says to 42s. We're at 45s right now, and then it goes to 50s. Guys, 7 listings only. There's only 1 page. There's a couple walls of China. Then it's gone. Insane that this would happen this soon, this early. This is just crazy. Honestly, this is a considerable move. You know, this V-shaped recovery, a $10 move already this early is considerable. Basically what the market is saying, this card is going to remain expensive. This card is really hard to get. And where's my binder, man? My binder's around here. Let me see. Alrighty, here it is. Which, by the way, we're gonna be you know, I'm gonna be doing a tin opening, probably releasing that tomorrow, so stay tuned. I already opened it, but need to upload it, you know, add the background music to the video and stuff. But look right here. Look what your boy got. So make sure you stay tuned and you check my tin opening. It's gonna probably be released tomorrow. But look this beautiful card. Mind you, this card is beautiful. It's beautiful. Like the Prismatic secret rarity, the quality, cardboard stock, everything. Ooh, Perulia right there, guys. So make sure you check out tomorrow's video so you can see what else we pulled from our tins. So again, it's hard to pull, but I pulled it. If I pulled it with my terrible pull rate status, you know, you can pull it too. Nah, don't try that at home. But guys, the whole point is V-shaped recovery, hard to pull. The market has decided, it has made its decision, and it says it's just too hard to get, Jay. You pulled it because you have access to the crystal ball. We understand, but it's hard to pull. 45 bones already. And we talked about this. Again, with the Sinister Six, we said any of these cards can V-shape recover at any moment. We said, yes, maybe give yourself through the weekend, but we said, watch these cards like a hawk because they're scarce. They can V-shape recover, especially these 6 that we're going to be talking about today. Hopefully you guys did through the weekend. If you like really needed it, hopefully you came in around $100 a playset. That was always the deal. As people were picking these up at 29s, you can see here. Now, wow, just straight up V-shaped recovery through the weekend. We'll continue to monitor this card's price, but insane that pretty soon it could be towards 50s, man. Towards 50s. I mean, again, what do? I need this card, but it's not like, you know, we got $25, $20 Perulias as we would have liked, you know, cheap, maybe in the teens, more like for Wallows. That's the type of deal. Like for Wallows, we're going to check is like 17 bucks. That's what we wanted to see Perulia at. So it's not, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move my copy. That's it. I'm going to move it. You know, because we don't know if and when this card is getting reprinted again. And that's really like the hard thing about it, that this card might go right back up to 50s and 60s, you know, just where it was before, like if nothing ever happened. And that's terrible. I will not lie. You know, that is horrible. That is horrible, man. Like Konami shouldn't do this, not to this extent. Like if a card gets reprinted, it should not go back to previous prices. Like that should be the whole point. More like literally, not just more supply in the sense of, oh, you see now we have a prismatic, there's more in the market. No, we mean literally like more supply. You don't want to crash a card down to $5. It's not the point, you know, but you also don't want to make it to where like you feel like you're paying the same price as before the reprint. That is terrible. Like if a card is 80 bucks and it gets a reprint, you want it to go down to 15 to 20s. That is literally like the goal at the very least. 15, 20 bucks. If it was 80s, you feel me? 25s maybe, but not like the card comes out and after the first weekend it's back up to $45, $50, eventually going back up to, man, I wish I might. Makes no sense. But we have to work with what we have. We have to work with the markets, and the markets are making the decision again for the chase card of the set, essentially. You know, Perulia is the chase card of the set with a close second by Purge, and we're gonna get into those in just a bit. But let me know what you guys think about this V-shaped recovery. Me, I got mine, I'm selling. You know, I'm selling this. I need to make my money back. You know what I mean? I mean, what I know, because I ain't paying these prices for 2 more. I mean, but that's just me. I don't compete. I don't go to YCSs to compete or even to regionals for that matter. So, but that's just me. If you need it, it's a sad day. Hopefully you picked it up through the weekend and you were monitoring monitoring it like a hawk, like we advise back on Friday. Then we have Dominus Impulse, the surprise here, V-shaped recovery off the $23 lows on the monthly here. Look at that. It says 25.74s, but we covered this at like 23s and some change. And V-shape recovered right back up because people are realizing the same thing. These are just impossible to pull. Impossible to pull. But again, hey, I don't know my luck. Should I go to my binder again and show you the hey, nah, but guys, the whole point is this card is hard to pull, not for Jay, but for the masses. And look, V-shaped recovery here. And yeah, 1 page only. You have a couple walls of China, and then it's a 40 piece. 7 listings only. This is insane, man. Not even last year. Not even last year. Like V-shaped recoveries like these over the first weekend. But again, the Sinister Six, they're called that way for a reason. They're separate from the rest of the product because they act differently. The demand is differently, and we need to understand a product could come out, but different cards have different demand compared to the supply, their supply. So yeah, Impulse here, V-shaped recovering, you know, 23 bucks. I honestly thought it could go lower because it wasn't being used in the meta. That was our premises here, but the big picture was, keep in mind, these are high in demand. These could V-shaped recover at any moment, and they did throughout the weekend. So right now, 30s, I mean, a hundo for a playset. I mean, it's scarce right now. We'll see if the supply continues coming in, if the masses continue cracking tins open, you know, if some of these stores continue cracking open tins and supplying the market. So We'll see. Terrible pull rates in the sense of sealed product, but singles, yeah. Sheesh, man. But yeah, mentally, I don't want to pay more than $100 for a playset of Impulse. So if you're on the edge, you're like, damn, you know, it's V-shaped recovery. Should I wait? Usually we say wait for a retracement back down to the mean, back down into the 20s, maybe 25s. But with these staples, no one knows anymore. Literally, no one knows anymore. And that's the sad part, that they're literally playing with the pull rates like to that extent. That is terrible, terrible. My humble opinion, just horrible. You know, taking it to the extreme, because we get it. Yeah, you pull a tin, it's hard to pull certain, we get it, but to the extreme, you know, like extremely difficult to pull these. Like people opening cases, not seeing these and stuff like that. You know what it's mind-boggling. Like a case should guarantee like, it should guarantee like a certain amount of hits or staples. Literally, these are the 6 cards that people want, the 6 cards. And like a case should bring one of each. They should control and manipulate the pull rates to that extent. A case should bring one of each staple. Staple meaning one of those Sinister Six. If I can identify the 6 best cards in the set, Konami sure can do that and even better. So there should be a range between 6 to 10 cards that the masses consider staples. And a case minimally should have one of each. Guaranteed. Be it that they separate those with a special rarity or whatever. Just guarantee. We can't be doing this. It's unfortunate, man. It is for the masses. Again, I bought the tins, a case of the tins for my channel. We're going to be uploading that tomorrow before our market watch tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. But honestly, man, nah. Just come in, get what you need. This is the max that I would want to pay for you know, Impulse. So just keep monitoring it, you know, keep watching these walls. And I still think supply comes in in the near term, but we'll continue to react and track these cards. Then we have Dominus Purge. Again, the Purge. This card still in the 1 month is starting to V-shape recover. When it was 30s on X, we gave, you know, after seeing the moves of the other ones, we said, guys, pick this card up, you know, at 30s. You come in, $90, $100 a playset, you do what you must. And right now, that's where we're at. $100 a playset. There's the wall of China. Then it does go to 35s, 20 listings only. And I'm surprised that Impulse moved first, but I guess it was just too low in that sense. But yeah, expect this card to hit 40 to 50s now. Literally, if you're playing Yummy, if you need this card, sure. Could it retrace back down to 25s? You know, back down to the lows, maybe go into the 20s? Sure. But I wouldn't be betting on it right now. So if it's to play, if you need the card right now, if you want this card, just get it now. At this stage and age, we just don't know. I think there needs to be a Rarity Collection 5 announced pretty soon. I won't lie. And they're going to include Perulias and the Dominus cards, you know, and that's what I think is going to happen. Because there's no way they reprint these cards like this short printed and expect the community to be satisfied with this. Now, again, like I also said on X, answering to someone, you know, when you had a card like Perulia and it was 80s and it hit the lows of 35s, it is an over 50% dump from the all-time highs of those previous prices. So the card technically did dump. We get it. So today in the market watch, we're just referring to the V-shaped recoveries. You know, not when it was 35s, but now pushing 50s. Like, it's getting extreme. It's ridiculous. And eventually it could go back up to those crazy high prices. So that is where the issue is at. At least these cards are cheaper. This card was $70, guys. $70 a pop not too long ago. So again, yes, it was 30s recovering to 33. Just buy it now. You're getting a 50% dump from the all-time highs of the previous OG Secret Rares. You come in now and you $100 a playset instead of paying $200 a week or two ago. You feel me? So that is the goal. That is the mindset. That's what you want to do, guys. Hey, if I'm a Yummy player or you know, want to be a Yummy player in the sense like, yo, I want to play Yummies now, and pick up your purges. Pick up your purges, because we don't know if and when this card is getting reprinted. That's what I would be doing. I would be coming in right now. Hey, I got paid from work. Slap $100 right here. Get my playset. You don't want to come back and see this V-shaped recovery do what the Impulse and Perulia already did. You want to come in here and be early. We're still not too up crazily off the lows. So yeah, do as you must before this one spikes. Don't sleep on Dominus Purge. Then we have Fuwalos here, also rebounding $5 off the low. Literally a checkmark recovery, guys. It was 13s. You wake up as 18s. Literally up $5 a pop, 14 listings, man. And yeah, quickly goes, you know, up to 20s. So if you need your Fuwalos, make sure you pick up whatever version you want. If this one got too expensive for you, just go get, you know, one of the cheaper ones from the rarity collection. But don't wait, especially if you don't own the card still. Like, don't wait. If you came back into Yu-Gi-Oh, if you're in the midst of building your competitive deck, like, just pick this card up. It doesn't have to be this version, but overall, pick up Fuwalos. You don't want to sleep on this card before it goes back up into the 20s and ridiculously up in price, because it's just that hard to get. Still a staple. People, 3-ofs, everyone needs this card. Do not sleep on Fuwalos. Don't do that. That's all I gotta say. Don't sleep on it. We have Infinite Impermanence and Little Knight, the only 2 Starlight rares out of the Sinister Six right here. As we can see, Infinite Impermanence, this card was $35 literally day one, and now is 20 bucks. Crazy. 20, 21s, 22s, 64 listings here. And yeah, hopefully it'd be nice to see this in the teens, like Little Knight. But it is Imperm, it is more of a staple, it is played at playset. So, you know, honestly, it's not bad, man. The card was 20 bucks. I'm sorry, 35 bucks, and now it's 20 bucks. If you need this card, maybe $50 in person would be perfect for Starlight rares of this card. Yeah, not bad, guys, not bad. Nice to see that not everything is V-shaped recovering, that some cards are actually crashing down to lows. So it's definitely nice to see. Beautiful, just marvelous, as you guys can see here. And same for Little Knight. Little Knight's 15 bones, man. Came out, it was 30s, then 25s. Recently 20s, and now 15s. Just beautiful. This is what we wanted to see, a 50% dump from those initial highs that we covered here on the channel day one, and pre-sale prices as well. So yeah, beautiful. No excuse to not pick up this card right now. Sure, could it go down to $10? Anything is possible, but it could also V-shape recover and become a $20 card. So if you want Starlight rare Little Knight, 15 bones is the sweet price. It's perfect. Hopefully I could see one of these at the Philly regionals this weekend, because I want a Starlight rare Little Knight. You know, I pulled my I opened tins. I was going through the Starlight rares. I'm like, wow, just beautiful, beautiful. I'm like, thank you. You know, I can read the names, man. That's incredible. I can read the names. Like, I actually want these high rarity cards now. You know, so I'm looking forward to get just one Little Knight, just for my, you know, to have an extra one. I'm gonna keep my PUR, Euro PUR. And then I'm gonna have just a second one in case I'm building a second deck, a pet deck, things of that nature. So hopefully it's 15s throughout next week, and there may be even lower. We'll see. If not, it'll be what it'll be. But again, if you're looking for this version, if you want Starlight rare Little Knight, 15 bones, beautiful. Sure, could go down more, a little bit here, a little bit there. But again, this becomes a position of strength play. And wow, I mentioned position of strength, guys. I've been working like crazy on that free course for you guys. Stay tuned. It's gonna be jam-packed, bro. It's one of my, you know, proudest things that I've ever done. You know, that course, and it's free. It's gonna be free 99, no cost to you guys. All for this beautiful community, free education. Not just on the daily with our market watches, but actually helping you guys get educated in the markets. Not to predict the future 100%. That's not the whole point. No one can do that. But to give yourself the best shot. Educated, on point, understanding charts, things of that nature. I'm excited, man. So stay tuned for that. But 15s, great entry price for SP Little Knight. I'd be picking up at least my one copy right now. Early in the game. Then, yeah, like I mentioned, it becomes a position of strength play, which means that if it goes down, you can buy more and average cost in. You bring your average cost down, dollar cost average in, and then, you know, as investments. If it goes up from here, then you got the low and you got it at a great price. So don't sleep on it. Guys, first link in the description down below. Yes, we talked about the Sinister Six, but we're going to talk about the rest of the cards that are essentially getting destroyed in price here today. So if you're looking for any tin cards, you want to click that first link. You want to fast track them here, as we talk about like a million cards, a million tabs. You want to have them all centralized so you can fast track these and make your purchases from a single place right here at your convenience. Click that link in the description down below. Don't sleep on it. Make sure you subscribe. Ring that bell. Like the video on the way in. We're pretty close to 10.1K already. We just need 15 more Billy Bobs. And it's all thanks to you guys. So I appreciate your support. Ring that bell. Like the video on the way in. Would gladly appreciate that. So again, we're going to move on to the Starlight rares. Again, the highest price and best selling ones are Infinite Impermanence and Little Knight. But it's insane that after those two, The highest price Starlight, it's pot of greed at 6s now, actually crashing down to 6s. It was 10 bucks. Insane that Starlight rares essentially are gonna be $5 and below, except for 2 of them. Wild guys here. To see we have 3 pages of Starlights, and then every page there's what? Well, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 24. 24 times 3, I'm bad at math. That's 60 and 12, 72 Starlights around there. And that means 70 of them are going to be $5 and below pretty soon. That is awesome to me. You know, always keep in mind, budget player, budget cards, penny stonks, $5 and below. Beautiful, beautiful. Definitely exciting in the sense of that. Not good for sealed to pull value from the set, but definitely to go for singles. So just insane to see that fact. And we're going to cover Starlights here today just to give you guys an update on all these card prices. So again, we have Nightmare Apprentice. This card, if you go on the 1 month, it was actually like $3. It was $10 a playset, and overnight it had a little bit of a rebound back up to almost 5 bones. Yeah, $5. 5 bones right here, 29 listings. And I'm telling you guys, I've been telling you guys, this is one of the best pickups of the TINS. Hey, we said it before it happened. Before it happened, we said, guys, keep an eye out for this. This is one of the best pickup of the TINS. And this is not part of the Sinister Six, but it's still one of the best pickups, guys. Anything under 5, so you can pick these up via trade value. You know, if you need the card, this, that, and the get it. Get it. I can see a lot of potential for this card. It's very generic. It's a very good effect. Don't sleep on this card. It's been crazy prices in the past, in past meta formats for the OG secrets. And now you have a Starlight rare, high rarity version. Yeah, I think it has a quarter century as well. But at this point, like, who really cares about that, man? You got a $4 or $5 Starlight. Don't even talk to me about no quarter century secret rare. To me, is a worse rarity anyways, but that's just me. I get it. Most of you guys is not the case. But money-wise, $5 Starlight, count me in, man. I'm in, boys. I ain't paying no, what is the quarter century? 50, 60, 70, some crazy, nah, get out of here. You know what? I'm gonna look it up now. You guys got me curious here. You guys got me curious enough. We're gonna look it up here. What is this quarter century? 50 bones? I wish I might. Man, I would have been selling this so long ago at $100, but let's say you sell it now. Man, I'd sell this right now and get 10 Starlights. It's 10 Starlights. One for me, RO9 is an investment. You can't make this stuff up, man. You just cannot. And look at this. This looks terrible, man. I'm not even going to go into that. Not even going to go into that. Guys, get exposure to this card. If you see it in the trade binder, pick it up. As this is going from single digits to double digits in the future in no time, you know, down the line. Then we have Bestial package. We have Druid Worm, Magna Mutt, and Ball Drake. Ball just like your boy right here, guys. Look at that. Druid Worm is $5, not bad. Magna Mutt is $5, not bad. And Ball Drake is $3.50, not bad. So I think Ball Drake might go down more, maybe into the 2s, you know, because it's the one that is less played, but it still will be a great pickup long term. Magna Mutt at 5s and Druid Worm at 5s. Pretty interesting that they're both the same price. They're both 1-ofs. Usually Druid Worm has always been more money, but in this case, they're both stabilizing at 5. So not bad. If you need your 1-ofs, man, at 5s or below, you see the walls of China. Sure, could these go down a little bit more? Sure, but at least your 1-of. You want to come in early, you want to order the card, you need access to it. I cannot blame you guys whatsoever. You know, I already pulled mine, as you guys will see tomorrow. But yeah, if you need it, $5, not bad to get exposure to the card as a Starlight rare. People were already paying 5s for this card across the board for supers or prismatics. Now you have a Starlight rare, a higher rarity at the same price. Man, count me in, bro. Get your 1-ofs. Don't sleep on the Bestial package. I'd be picking these up right now. We have Heart of the Blue Eyes, another one that has been V-shape recovering a little bit off the lows. Card was 3s and some change, and it's bumping back up to 450s, almost 5s. You do have the walls of China. Again, this is the initial rush. We always talk about reprint phases. You know, you have the initial dump, then the initial rush, and then the retracement back down or the consolidation back down to the mean. That's it. You know, most of these cards go through the same phases, the same cycles, time and time again. And this is just going through it. I think you're going to have that bump up of people. Oh my gosh, Heart of the Blue Eyes. I've always wanted to build, you know, the Millennium deck, but it was always expensive. And now it's like way cheaper. You get that initial rush, but eventually, you know, it runs out of buyers. The supply keeps coming in. For example, I pulled this card. I'm going to be moving it. You know, I pulled this. I'm like, okay, you know, I'll move it. So that sell pressure is going to come back in. Probably revisit, you know, down the lows at around threes, maybe a playset for 10 bucks. So, you know, nothing too crazy on this one. Just wanted to report the mini V-shaped recovery. But yeah, I mean, big picture, anything under fives is good if you're building the deck core, sure. But yeah, I expect a retracement back down to the lows, so stay tuned for that. We have Retaliating C. Don't forget this card is actually seeing meta play, has some type of meta relevance, so don't sleep on this card. People playing it in some side decks, so just keep it in mind. Card hit $1.38. Wow. And then it V-shape recovered almost to 3 bones. Crazy V-shape recovery for some of these meta relevant cards. So yeah, I mean, sure, you know, the walls are at threes. And again, for most of these cards, yes, you're going to get that initial rush, that initial V-shaped recovery. But eventually, I expect a retracement back down, either to double bottom or just a retracement back down towards the lows before eventually going even higher in price. We have number 90, Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord, continues to crash down, making new lows. This one's not V-shaped recovering. As you can see, we're going to get the occasional V-shaped recoveries here and there, of course. But some of these cards are still great investments, great penny stonkish plays here, and the walls have continued devouring this card into oblivion. So $1.73, $1.69 around there is pretty cheap. No excuse to not pick this card up. You can be picking these up at $5 play sets. Beautiful, great long-term investment of a higher rarity play. You know, like if this card gets reprinted in a rarity color, it can't have the Starlight already anymore. You feel me? So like perfect Starlight rare from the TINS, number 90 Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. You know, of course, there's a lot of supply, but I think in the future, excuse me, guys, very long term, I think this ages well down the line. So I'm gonna be looking for these. I see these in the binder. I want it because I know it's cheap. I know people are not gonna mind moving their cheap Starlights. Take advantage of it. Pick it up. You know, you wake up one day and these are fives. Who knows? Maybe double digits down the line. You never know, man. Don't take these little penny stocks for granted. Everyone is going to be focusing on the Sinister Six. We understand. We can't blame them. Is meta relevant? Everyone needs those cards. We understand. We get it. We can't blame people, right? But those are just 6 cards out of 400. The true money is going to be in the 300 plus 400, the rest of the cards. That's where we're going to make money here. Most people don't discuss these. They only go for the meta relevant, you know, the main 6 cards and maybe a card here, a card there. No, we deep dive. We go in to the product, we deep dive and we find them deals. That's the advantages of doing 40, 50 minute, an hour long market watch. We have time to truly dig in and provide you guys with the opportunity. Great pickup, number 90 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, that a lot of people are going to just, you know, pass over it, gloss over it, forget about it. Then one day they're like, damn, I should have been that guy picking it up at $1, buck and some change, man. Shit. So great penny stock, guys. Great penny stocks. In my humble opinion, it is a great penny stock. And here we have Spirit with Eyes of Blue. Again, this is another one. These Blue Eyes cards with Spirit with Eyes of Blue and True Light at the same time. These are beautiful. These are great Starlights, man. Shout out to Blue Eyes players. You guys must be happy. Like, this is more generic, can be used in other, you know, with other decks and things of that nature. But True Light, just beautiful. The fact that this card got a max rarity print. The card was $4. Now it's $1 and some change. And yeah, I mean, I expect this card to go down. It's very niche for Blue Eyes only, but it is a Blue Eyes card. It looks beautiful. So as it goes down in price, $1.50, maybe towards $1, you know, you could pick up a place that get exposure to it. The card will look beautiful. But Spirit with Eyes of Blue, it was 5 bones. Now it's 350s. Hopefully, you know, it goes down a tad bit more. $10 a play set is where you want to get in to get initial exposure to this card. But beautiful. I pulled this one too, so it looks nice. And you guys need to stay tuned for my tin video tomorrow. But yeah, beautiful. These Blue Eyes cards, don't sleep on them, man. Don't sleep on them. We have Gamma Sealer. See, Turtle Kaiju is another one that is actually V-shape recovering from the lows. The card hit $1.88 and then V-shape recovered all the way back up to 3s. Again, just that initial rush. People realize, yo, Kaiju came in here, man. That Starlight rare, I want to place it. That demand, that rush is coming in. But eventually for this one, you already start to see the little curvature here. I think it comes back down. And again, when we mention retracement back down to the mean, it might break the low and make a new low, or maybe not. You know, but again, you want to buy the retracement because it's the information, the data. You already had the initial dump. You already had the initial rush. V-shaped recovery, and then you get that retracement back down to the mean. You want to buy at the third part of the phase. For most cards, sure, there's a couple from the Sinister Six. They're staples. They're going up like crazy. They're extremely hard to get. You know, we understand. Those are separate. Those are unique, right? But for 90 to 95% of the rest of the cards in this product, you want to wait for phase 3. Phase 3. What is phase 3? Phase 1 is the initial dump. Pre-sale, from pre-sales or day one prices, you got that initial dump. Phase 2 is the V-shaped recovery phase, initial rush phase. 1 is initial rush, phase 1. Phase 2 is initial dump. No, it's the other way around. My bad. Phase 1 is initial dump. Phase 2 is initial rush. And then phase 3 is the retracement back down to the mean. That's what you want to buy. Again, if we draw this on a chart, look at that, guys. Let's draw this here. Men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie. Instead of Jay talking so much, show us, Jay. So again, right here, you got phase 1 is right here, which is the falling knife mode, right? Initial dump. Phase 2 is that recovery phase that happens at the low. That is hard to determine now. Hindsight, oh yeah, the low is right there. When it's happening, no one knows, right? So you wait for that initial pump, that initial rush, that initial demand to come in right here, taking it, you know, to this exact point right there, right? Now you start to see the curvature. What do you wait? That next retracement back down to the mean. At times it can be lower, or at times it can be a higher low, but whatever it is, you wait. And then when you start seeing curvature, you know, let me draw actually with this right here. When you start seeing curvature, let's say we come down here, you know, and then if you start seeing this like curvature, either from here or from down here, wherever it happens, that's where you want to get in. You waited, patience wins this game. You know, you waited. Now you have this. All this is called information, probabilities, data. You know what we call this? An informed decision. You know what the masses are going to say? Oh, but you didn't buy the low, man. And now you're buying at a higher price right here or right here or right here. You're buying at a higher. Hey, no one knows. No one knows. It just happens. What if this would have kept going lower and the low would have been, you know, instead of right here, would have been down here, right? Right here. For example, down here at $1.50, no one knows. That's the whole point. That's why you use the charts to your advantage and you wait. That's what I like to do. For 95% of the, you know, cards I want, you wait. You wait. So again, most people, they give it a FOMO in. Oh my God, it's going up. It's going crazy. Just wait. It's early in the game. We always say there's a baseball game. There's 9 innings for a reason. We're just in the first inning, man. Like, let's see how the game pans out. It's all in the charts, guys. Doesn't matter about the card. In this case, it's Gamma Seal, the Sea Turtle Kaiju. But you can apply these fundamentals to any piece of cardboard. Because it's all a market, man. It's all too easy. Right now, it's pitching 3s. I'm waiting. I want Gamma Seals. Starlight Rares. At least my personal playset. I don't have this card. Yeah, I missed the $1.88 lows. But I missed the $3.77 pre-sales and day one prices. And now I'm going to miss this $3 move. Because I'm going to wait until it goes back down to 2s. 2s would be like a perfect entry price. Does it mean it has to go there? No. But let the chart play out just in case it does. Easy peasy. Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon. And again, if it doesn't go back down and it keeps going up, maybe at some point I need to pay a premium. But after the chart tells me so. Maybe I end up buying the card at $3.50, $4, $5. Maybe. You know, maybe I waited too long. It's happened in the past, right? But with most of these cards in this set, you're going to get second chances. That's just the way the market works. So again, now we have Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon. This card, you go on the 1 month, went down to $1.21, bumping back up to 2s. But in the big picture, when we say most of these cards are getting destroyed in price, is because these were 5s and now they're 2s. Sure, there's a mini V-shaped recovery. That means it was at a lower price. Yeah, but even at the current price, it was $4 or $5 not too long ago, and now it's 2s. So just waiting through the weekend. That is what I want you guys to get at it. If you waited through the weekend, most of the cards that we're even talking about with V-shaped recoveries, mini V-shaped recoveries, yeah, they're recovering from the lows, but this new price is still way lower than the current price on Friday when we last discussed the TINS. Most of these cards are down, like we said it would, 90 to 95%. It's just that people only focus on the Sinister Six only. It's like the TINS, only those 6 cards came out. No, there's 400 cards, man. What happens to those other hundreds of cards? It's our responsibility to track these and monitor these and to see that if you waited just a weekend, You weren't like these 22 Billy Bobs. That's 33 in total. 33 Billy Bobs buying a $5 card that today's twos. And mind you, this is just Monday. It's still week 1. With most of these cards, they might retrace back down and make new lows eventually, because we're still in the initial rush phase and people just getting the cards that they want and need early. Patience wins this game. I'm telling you, just waiting literally 2 days, 2 to 3 days. And now this is what, like a 60% dump? You guys are better than me at math, boys. We have Red Eye / Dragon. We talked about this card. Definitely not at the prices that we were talking about it on Friday, but we said, guys, this is a great pickup, man. So I'm not going to touch base too much on this one. If you stayed through our video an hour long on Friday, we said this is a great card to keep your eye out for. So again, today, if you're 40 minutes in, again, keep an eye out for Red Eye / Dragon. You know, this card is cheap, buck and some change, quickly goes to twos. Hey, it should age well, man. Anything under $10 a playset, beautiful. Hopefully the supply keeps coming in. The Walls of China keeps coming in. Hopefully people forget about this card. Hopefully they don't care about this card, because when they don't care, I care. I go against the herd. Most people are, oh, trash, Red Eye / Dragon, who cares about this card? Red Eye sucks anyways. They never get support, this and that. I could care less. I care about the casual Red Eyes community out there, that they're going to want this card now. They've always wanted it. They want it now, and they'll want it forever. You know what I mean? So I can't wait to pick up as many of these as I can, but I want to trade for these. So we'll see. It's still early, though, so no rush for me, because people will forget about this. They won't pay attention to this, and then we're going to be eating good way down the line, guys. That's a card like that is like fine wine. You put it in the cellar. You let it marinate like fine wine. Your cellar is your binder. And then your investment binder, you come back 6 months, 9 months, a year plus later, and then you're going to be eating good. We have Pot of Greed. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Card was $11, and it says crashing down to 6s. And this is just marvelous, man. Marvelous. Anything around 5s is amazing for this card. I cannot wait for this card to hopefully goes down 2 to 3. It's Pot of Greed, bro. Like Starlight Rare Pot of Greed at 575s. This is just amazing. This is awesome. We're living in good times in Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, new rule changes, all prices, all this and that. And we're living in great times. Pot of Greed with a Starlight Rare reprint. Nostalgia, man. Us boomers out here. Shit, man. Yeah. Keep crashing down. Keep crashing down. Man, I need at least an RO9 at the very least. So every time this card hits a new low, I'm a happy camper. I can't wait to really stock up on these Pot of Greeds. Hopefully we see, $10 a playset at the very least. Maybe go down, maybe 4 for a place. 4 of these for $10. Hopefully that's my goal. We'll give it more time. If you want the greed right here, $5 would be like perfect. We have Raigeki and Harpy's Feather Duster, 2 other iconic Yu-Gi-Oh cards right here. Boomer cards for Raigeki right here is around 550s. Beautiful. And then Harpy's Feather Duster is around 350s. Beautiful. So these are already at a place at for 10s. Not bad if you want initial exposure. Hopefully Raigeki also goes down there. These alternate arts look fire, especially at Starlight. So yeah, just so many great pieces of cardboard to pick up from the tins, man. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Again, pretty soon there's only going to be 2 Starlight Rares above $5. That is so powerful. Like, if you want to invest into a product, that's what you want, man. $5 and under, just beautiful. And that won't last long. Eventually, I expect Nightmare Apprentice to be above, maybe the Bestials, maybe this, maybe that. But again, for now, you got to take them deals and steals, man. Amazing. We have Bottomless Trap Hole. This card was $4 or $5. Now it's $260s. Beautiful to see. Right here. Hopefully, the sell pressure continues coming in. These Walls of China. Hopefully, the card gets destroyed. 2s, maybe $150. I can't wait. A playset for $5. That's my personal goal with this one. Glad to see it continue to dump, to the new all-time low. Hopefully that sell pressure keeps coming in. We have Miracle Fusion, another one. It was $5. It got destroyed in price. Right here, the card was 5 pushing 6s, and now it's 2s, man. I love it. I love a card like this, an iconic hero card that it actually sees play in Eddie Edison format. So beautiful investment opportunities. Jay, but I don't play Eddie Edisons. I'm not an Eddie Edison. I don't like that format. I don't like Boomer this. Money. You like money, I bet you like that, because that is universal. Doesn't matter which format we're talking about. If you can make money, just be glad that is an existing format, that there's going to be Eddie Edisons, Eddie Boomers out there. They're going to want this card. So beautiful. A hero card, $2 for a Starlight. Ooh, Man, this Wall of China at 237, we need her to push down, man. Go down to $1.50. You know, just keep pushing it down. Play sets for $5. That's my guy. I can't wait, man. That Philly regional. Woo! Man, I can't wait. With all them 10 products out there and the vendors and everything. Man, I'm excited. I cannot. That's what I love. Penny stocks, man. Penny stock Starlights. Man, I wish I might. We have Chaos Sorcerer. This card, it was $5, pushing down to 350s. Beautiful, beautiful. Again, I picked up mine for $9 playset, so we're getting close to that price. Hopefully it goes even lower. Is that just the initial, you know, I was part of the initial rush of this particular card because your boy is a GOAT boomer. You know what I mean? And I still think my entry price was great for this one. Not so well for Pot of Greed, but for this one, it was great. But again, it's just the cards I need, and I'm going to bring my average cost buying costs down, so we're gonna be good long term. But again, hey, this is good, man. This is great. $10 for a playset of Chaos Sorcerer. This should age great, man, and that's what I love. Most people care about modern, so they see these cards here and they're like, Chaos, what is this? This is trash. I'm looking for the Sinister Six, Jay. Then I'm gonna be like, yeah, let me get that trash. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Billy, let me get this, Billy. Crack me a deal because you don't even care about the card. Let's be real, right? Man, yo, there's so many cards from the tins that I want to stack away. Your boy's a boomer at heart. So, you know, we have the ability to track modern and the markets and things like that, but I'm a boomer at heart, man. I am, man. I can't wait for this card to get cheaper and cheaper. Link in the description down below. Come over here, join our Discord, our X. Follow over there, shop accessories and $15 off over here on Whatnot. Take advantage of that and make sure you subscribe. You ring that bell. You like the video on the way in. Almost on the way out at this point, at 46 minutes in. But guys, make sure that you understand that none of this content is official financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. And now we move on to the Prismatic Secret Rare. Again, we got the Fantastic Four here, part of the Sinister Six, which we already talked about. But there's other, you know, Prismatic Secret Rares making moves, making plays. So let's get to it. Prime Matter Lordly Load. This card went down, it says 1085s, but the card was actually at the $8 mark. And is rebounding here to 11s. And that's what we always said. Ideally, you wanted to get a playset for 30s, maybe 25s in person. And yeah, you see these massive walls of China, 31 listings. When the card was $20, we said 10s would be amazing, a 50% dump. And essentially here we are. So if you want to come in, you know, we can't blame you at this point, but I still think eventually we get lower prices, revisit the lows of 8s. You know, single digits doesn't have to happen. It could keep V-shape recovering up. Anything is possible, but $25 would be that ideal playset price that you want to get this card. One that I would definitely be keeping an eye for. We have Fiendsmith Track. This card is 10 bones. You know, the card used to be what, 15s when it first came out, crashing down $5 here. 25 listings. Listings are kind of low, but walls of China are here, and it'll all depend on Banless. If it hits Fiendsmith, maybe hits this card or Engraver to 1 or this or that in the 3rd. So we'll see. But for now, the card is 10 bones right here. 3 pages only. So if you like need it, yo, I needed to play right now. 10s is much better than paying 20s and some change as it was a week or 2 or 3 ago. So do as you must, but it is Banless dependent. We'll continue to monitor this card and also Lacrima, the Crimson Tears, and Fiendsmith Requiem as well. These all 3 cards are tied up. But again, Lacrima at $5, not bad. Not bad compared to the fact that this card was still $17, even though we knew we were going to get a reprint for the OGs. And now you have these at $5. So if you need it, you need it to play in the short term. Even though the balance is around the corner, very risky to pick up this card right now. But if you need it, or if you just want to pick it up, $5 is much better than 17s not too long ago. And for Requiem, same deal, 675s, 38 listings here. Walls of China for a card that was still holding 13, 14s before the reprint. So if you need it, oh, I just need my one of I'm playing Fiendsmith this, Fiendsmith that. Not bad, much better than paying into the teens for the OG price not too long ago. And we had the Black Goat Laughs. It continues laughing at the market. This card is 990s. The sell pressure is coming in. Card is around $10. The OGs were 30s. So you know, that gap zone between 10 and 30 is very large. That means that this card can recover back up to 15 to 20s. No one would be surprised. So I would keep monitoring this one if you really, really want and need this specific card. Just keep it in mind. You don't want to lose track of it because you don't want to let it bump up to 15, 20s when you're seeing it at 10s. So I would really monitor this Prismatic Secret Rare. We have Queen of the Blazing Domain. You know, again, we said anything under 5 should be a steal. This card, you know, the walls are starting to come in. Hopefully the price is pushed down towards 4s, 3s. You know, playset for 10s is the idea with this card. I actually pulled this one and this card looks amazing. This card, the artwork looks beautiful. So yeah, we'll see as the supply pressure continues to come in. If it, you know, pushes it back down to under 4s, I'd keep an eye out for this card. But great pickup, you know, for the long term. Ideally $10 a playset. We have LZ of the White Forest. Wow, getting destroyed. The card was 6s, crashed down to 290s, went back up to 5s, 4 5s, and then crashing back down here. I mean, that's just a one of though at 275s. So it is rebounding to 4, pushing $5, 34 listings. I mean, I don't know who's buying this card because deck hasn't really done anything ever. Yeah, maybe an occasional top. When I mean hasn't done anything, hasn't been heavily represented in the meta. Maybe the occasional, you know, regionals here and there, maybe locals and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, yeah. I expect this card to go back down to the lows again. So, you know, as people lose interest on it, it is an iconic card. Artwork, it's nice, you know, and a lot of people knew that this card was always expensive, but yeah, we'll continue to monitor this one. Then we have Nightmare Throne. This card was $5-6. Wake up today's 350s. Been just flash crashing here. You know, again, because yeah, there's gonna be Yugioh players out there, but this is not meta breaking, meta defining, end all be all. Like, oh, we all need this card, but I still think it ages well right now at $10 a playset. Like, if you need it, not bad, not bad. It is a Yugioh card. Yugioh is iconic. So yeah, if you need this card at a playset, not bad to start making your considerations, especially as we know these prismatic sea careers are extremely hard and difficult to pull. So at a playset for 10s is much better than getting it at 5-6s a couple days ago. Deceptions of the Simple Spoils. This card is $350, same deal. You know, $10 a playset is not bad if you're like building the deck core and you just need the card. Not bad. It could rebound back up to 5s. Anything is possible. But honestly, this card was already falling out of favor before the reprint. So we'll definitely keep an eye out for this one. We have Tenpai Dragon Pydra. It's nice to see this card finally, like, just cheaper overall, just at all-time lows at around 280s. You know, this card was always 5, 6, 7s, you know, just always money. And now it's nice to see a rarity bump. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. I actually want to place it. Hopefully it keeps going down, you know, into lower 250s and lower. We'll see. But these cards are hard to get. It is a Tenpai card. Yes, it's not seeing any meta play, but people still want it. They want to get access to it. That demand is coming in. We'll continue to monitor this one as it's still too early. We have Silhouette Rabbit and Varudras and Iron Thunder. Again, cards for trap decks here. You know, Iron Thunder more for Scrub Morpheus and Morganites. But Silhouette Rabbit, you know, and Varudras for, you know, Odeon. So these trap decks getting cards they needed. The Rabbit is 235s. Just continue crashing down with these walls of China, because the card is just not seeing any meta relevance. But great long-term pickup. I believe the trap deck will be coming down the line. Great time to pick up the Rabbit as it goes lower in price. We have Varudras, great extra deck monster, you know, hitting sub $2 mark. Right here quickly goes back up to 3s. Hopefully we get more walls pushing the card price down here, you know, just to make it cheaper for everyone to get the copies that they need. And then Iron Thunder for Morganite, you know, just a very, very good card. The card came out, you know, and yeah, it's at around 2s and some change. You know, the card was actually lower. Some people were picking these up at $1 and some change, but you know, around 2s, not bad at all. Just pick up your playset. This card went crazy when Morganite came out. Excuse me, and it's not like, oh, Morganite's the end all be all best meta deck. No, it's the fact that there's casuals out there. They want to build the deck. They need these cards. Don't sleep on Iron Thunder. It's just a broken generic card overall. So counter trap. So 16 listings only. That's not a lot. So make sure you pick this card up. You know, I need just 2 playsets of this. You know, at least that's what I want. I already have a playset on the way, and then I'm looking for another playset. So definitely, because it's cheap. You don't want cards at $2 to become 5s down the line, and then you find yourself paying a premium. We have Bot Herder and Dragon Gate. Again, single prints like these, you want to make sure you keep in mind from the TINS, like we always said. These could be the next heavy polymerizations down the line. So again, Bot Herder here is actually consolidating near the low 2s with the walls of China. That's where you want to see healthy consolidation. So yeah, you want to keep this one in mind. Just pick these up via trade whenever you can. Great long-term play, same as Dragon Gate here. I expect this card to most likely go down into the shekel territory, because card is just not doing anything. Don't think it'll do anything anytime soon. So again, right now, if you need it, sure, it's cheap, but I'd be waiting at least for $1, you know, and below into the shekel territory for this one. We'll see. Hopefully it goes down there. We'll continue to monitor this one, but great long-term pickup right there. We have Black Garden. This card has, I believe, is its technical max rarity now with the Prismatic Secret Rare. Looks beautiful, looks lovely, and Black Rose is getting support. Plants are getting support. So again, this card is at shekels. Just don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. Anything under $1 should age very, very well for this card. I can see this card going from shekels to billies down the line. So once we get that plant support, Black Rose support. So don't sleep on it. Black Garden, clean Prismatic Secret Rare at shekels. Beautiful entry price before it goes from shekels to billies. We have Diesel Blaster, the Negation Fortress. I think this is another one that could go from shekels to billies. Right now, you have the walls at the shekel territory around 3/4 a pop. I could see this card going above $1. Definitely down the line. So, you know, if you need it, the ultras were already pushing like 3, 4, 5s, 6s at one point and higher. So this one, if it catches on and people find themselves needing this card as a Prismatic Secret Rare, is just too cheap at shekels. It could definitely go from shekels to billies, and that's what you want to see. You want to get exposure to cards that can go from shekels to billies, man. Penny Stonky, beautiful. You have Denko Seka. This card is a quarter and it has massive walls of China. Not bad. Again, supply is here. Never know when the next trap deck is coming. It's crazy how you can't see the sword in its Prismatic Secret Rarity form. You can't see the sword. That's pretty unique. That's pretty cool. And so yeah, at quarters you pick these cards up. Yeah, there's not too much else to say. It's just great bulk, great penny stonk bulk from the tins that you want. Denko Seka. This card has seen its heyday in the past, and if it ever comes back, you want to have this card because it could literally 4x to $1 if this thing ever gets hyped again. Don't sleep on the Denko Seka, man. We have Dark Hole, iconic Yu-Gi-Oh monster. Spell card. I actually pulled this card, and it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. So again, as shekels right here, you want to get this card. Anything under 2/4 is great into this wall of China. You don't have to break the bank, but it doesn't hurt to have an extra couple of Dark Holes that look this beautiful, or via trade throw-ins. If you're an hour in, essentially, the tins are a great product for throw-ins. Throw-ins are undervalued, and people don't mind. You can do it for some, they do it for you. Throw-ins, maybe throw-ins you want versus throw-ins that they want, and you just swap and things of that nature. Like, throw-ins are so important. These cheap cards, people don't mind throwing in trades. Like, keep it in mind, man. These are super cheap. Just always pick these up. Pick these up because these could one day go from 44 cents to $1 and become $1 Dark Hole. Once the tins get hard to get behind this paywall, it becomes scarce. Prismatics are hard to pull in essence already. So don't sleep on the hole, man. Don't sleep on the Dark Hole. We have Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Magical Dragon, and we have Dragonic Diagram. Someone made a great point in the comment section that we've had banned cards reprinted in the past, I think in last year's Sins or whatever, and they haven't come back. And they're right. You know, just because it's in here, it doesn't mean that it has to come back off the list. We understand. But the fact that you have is a multi-factored fundamental move. What does that mean? It gets a reprint in the tins, and also Burst Protocol, a core set that will be around Rockets to Dragon Link. So when you connect the dots, that's why we always mention that this card can definitely see a reprint. Still 60, 70 cents. I could see this going above $1 once it gets harder and harder to get. I'm sorry, I said it gets a reprint. I meant to say that it's getting off the ban list. Same as Dragonic Diagram. Yeah, a lot of people, Jay hasn't come back. It already had a reprint in Battles Legend Chapter 1 or here or that. And yeah, but now it's getting a reprint in the tins. Right when we know that we're getting True Draco, actual True Draco support. Yeah, it's not good, we understand, but it's coming. Konami is giving support to True Draco, so it's like no better time to unlock this card to 2 of the 3, and they reprinted at the same time. So when you connect the dots, that's the logic behind these cards. Then we have Paleozoic Opabenia and Paleozoic what is that? Anoma Locaris? Wow. So again, to end it on this note, these are beautiful Prismatic Secret Rares that they're still harder to get than people think. Just the fact that they're prismatic is just that there's no demand. No one cares about these cards, right? But why are they in here? Every time I talk about the tins, I'm gonna ask the same question. What are these cards doing here? Why now? Why now? That's just all I'm gonna say. Why are these cards in here? Literally. Can you guys answer me? Why is this card? Why are these cards in here? And that, hey, it's not 100% guaranteed. Just because they're in here, it doesn't have to get support. We get it. But man, when we're speculating here, that's a great question to answer. What are these 2 cards doing in here? Let me know in the comment section down below. Guys, hopefully you got entertained. Another hour market watch, man. I can go on talking for days about the tins. There's just so much value. Don't listen to the noise. If you're taking anything away from this market watch, don't listen to the noise. Same thing happened last year. People were focusing on the high end, you know, what we are calling the Sinister Six in this product, but there was also high end cards, and they react just to those cards when there's hundreds of other cards to make money and to save money and just great opportunities. So don't sleep on the tins. Guys, if you made it this far out into the video, you guys are straight MVPs. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell. Make sure you like the video on the way out. Would gladly appreciate that. And yeah, make sure you share this in one place in the group chat. It really does go a long way. Guys, thank you so much for your time, for your support, for your attention. Stay fresh.